Good morning and welcome to another episode of Sailing Melody. It is the beginning of January 2026 and we haven't released anything for the last couple of 3 weeks, and I think that's going to be the state of things. We've had a lot going on and some huge family problems going on, which have resulted in a big upheaval for us. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but if you're new to the channel, hi. We're a family of myself, Melissa, Jack, aged 14, Oliver, aged 2.5, and Alaska, who's 6 months, and we live aboard this boat, Ocean Melody. We spent the last couple of years sailing and around the south coast of England, and then in the autumn we came back up here to North Wales to help out with Melissa's dad and to deal with some issues with my mum and stuff. And we are now based in Doogee over winter. With everything that's gone on with our family, we're not able to do as much sailing as we would like to. So Melissa and the kids have got a cottage. They've actually got a little house to stay in. I'm spending a fair bit of time on the boat working, and I've got a lot to do because we want to prepare Ocean Melody for her next big adventure. So today I'm tackling a couple of jobs that I've noticed need doing, and hopefully going to have a little walk in the snow because it's been snowing a lot. Typical, started to rain now. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the alternator off, because I've noticed recently that the starter batteries are not charging properly, and the alternator light doesn't go out. The weird thing is, when the engine is running, if I put a voltmeter across it, it is showing 14.4 volts. But it doesn't seem to be charging. It doesn't seem to be, I don't know enough about this. So I'm going to take the alternator off. I'm going to take it somewhere for somebody to have a look at it for me. Fortunately, in this boat, if you can hear that noise, it's the diesel heater, by the way. Fortunately, in this boat, the access to the engine is really good. So it's not actually going to be that difficult to get it off. Right, I've got all the nuts and bolts off. So one alternator, let's have a look. This here is the alternator. It's a Hitachi alternator, and I think it's just too small. I think the issue is it's just too small to charge up all of our lithium bank, because we've got quite a big domestic bank on the boat as well. Charging this through a DC charging. So this charges our engine starter battery, as you'd expect, and then we have a thing called a DC charger, which takes charge to our domestic bank. And I think if this is too small, I think we've just been kind of a bit unkind to it over the years and have killed it dead, man. It's killed it dead. So I'm going to take it to a place where I can get it tested. And or in fact, I'm going to give it to my mate Chris, who you've seen many times before, because he knows somewhere that can get this tested, and then we can get either whether it's worth refurbing, or need to replace this. Right. Meanwhile, I've been, YouTube at this time of year is always rubbish for us. We've been doing this 5 years now, and at this time of year our views go through the floor. So if you look at the views on our last few videos, you'll see that they've been a lot less than normal, and that's fine. But this year we have more expenses because we're in a marina, and we are we've also got a house now over winter. so that the Melissa and the kids can get off the boat. Because that's one of the issues that we found last year in Portland. It was fantastic and we loved Portland, but Jack was bored out of his mind because he's a teenage boy and all his mates live up here in North Wales. And I think had we been in the Mediterranean, it would have been a different story, because you could get off the boat and go walking even in winter in the Med. Whereas in the UK in winter you can't really do much outside because like today it's just snowing. It's either snowing or raining or windy, and he hadn't got any of his mates there, so he was just bored and miserable. So because we know that we're going to be in the UK over winter at least, that's why we've chosen to be up in North Wales, so that Jack can see his friends. I digress. Not uncommon for me. So over winter, at the same time, I'm doing some other work because YouTube is not providing an income, which is normal for this time of year. So I've got various other things to my bow. One of the things I'm doing is some acting work. I've been doing some acting work in film and television, and I'm also doing quite a bit of camera work and editing work, and I'm also doing some delivery driving. So I'm working like 4 different jobs to put money in the kitty, but I digress. So that was just sort of what's going on with me and what's going on with Melissa and the kids and what have you. I'm gonna crack on with another job that needs doing, and then I'm probably going to go out for a walk because, as I say, there's lots of snow up on the mountains. A few weeks ago I rebuilt these seats, if you remember, in some fresh plywood, and I've kind of been mulling over what to do about the finish, whether to fiberglass it or what have you. I've been listening to people in the comments. I think the best thing to do for now is just paint them and trim them in teak and mahogany. So I'm going to wax some paint on, obviously, then I've got to wait for that to dry before I can do the trimming side of thing. I mean, that looks great. Today I have mostly got Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds stuck in my head, which is odd, but not bad. Of all things to have stuck in your head, it's okay. I'm quite, you know, reasonably pleased. This paint, by the way, is from B&Q. It is Good Home Kitchen. This is the Ottawa colour, matte, and it's washable and scrubbable, hard wearing and durable, stain resistant. So it's kitchen and bathroom paint, really. It's kitchen paint. I love it. It's about, it's not the cheapest stuff in the world. It's about 30 quid, 27 quid for a pot this size. I think you can wash your brushes with water, but I think it's like a water-based acrylic or something. Somebody else will know more about the chemistry of it than me, but it's really good. And for, you know, you can't use it on the outside of your hull, don't be daft, but for interior woodwork, you know, it's pretty flipping good. And, you know, the boat's a dry boat anyway on the inside, mostly. And because it's a kitchen paint, if it gets the odd splash, it's absolutely fine. So yeah, that's first coat. Obviously got to let that dry and do several more coats probably, and then I'll trim all of that in, you know, mahogany or teak or whatever I can get my hands on, similar to the other stuff. So I think it's in keeping with the rest of the boat anyway. Right, next. If you've watched our channel for a little while, you'll know that we work quite often with Doogee, who have sent us various different rugged phones and rugged tablets in the past, and they're really, really good. We love using them, and they're super handy for the kind of environment that we live in. Wet, salty, rough, and they get dropped on the floor and abused, and that's all the kind of stuff that normal smartphones hate. And they've sent us this new one that I've got in my pocket here. The one that I was expecting to get was actually the LR model, which is the laser rangefinder, which I was particularly excited to try because having a laser rangefinder on a boat is actually quite useful. When you're anchoring, you can see how far away you are from cliffs or obstacles. You can check how far you are away from other boats and look at the swing room that you might need for your scope. But the one that they've actually sent us is this one, which has got a real trick up its sleeve. So this phone has got a built-in projector, and you might think, I'm just hand holding it, which is why it's wobbling a bit. You might think, what a stupid thing to have in a phone. And I did when I first saw it. I laughed pretty much straight away, but it's actually really cool. Jack can use it to play games on. We can project stuff on the wall much bigger than any TV that you would realistically want to have in a camper van or on a boat or in a tent or off grid. So this literally fits in your pocket. It is a big phone, I will say. It's a big beast, and it's heavy because it's got a huge battery and the projector into it. So you have to bear that in mind. But if you want to live on a boat, or you want to live off grid, or you want to live in a camper van, and you want to be able to have a 100-inch screen for movie nights, we can project if we're talking about our Navionics route or our Orca route, and we want to look at the wind, the weather predictions in Predict Wind or Windy. We can project these onto the bulkhead as we're all discussing them, and you're not all trying to huddle around one small phone screen. The built-in projector features automatic focus that adjusts as you move the phone, Keystone correction to square the image when projecting at an angle, and Doogee's IceWing smart cooling system keep heat and fan noise under control during longer projection sessions. It is a beast of a phone. It's huge. But the thing is, I've charged this, I think, once a week, if that. It lasts days and days and days and days and days. It's got a fold out stand on the back so you can stand it up, and it's starting to show little scuff signs of wear. And the reason for that is because I'm actually using it. I'm doing some other work at the moment, as I say, doing some film work and delivery work. And this is great because it runs the software that I use for delivering stuff really, really nicely. And it couples up with running the controllers for the GoPros and the other cameras that I use. Genuinely useful piece of kit. Huge battery, lasts forever and ever and ever, and Doogee's famously rugged design. Here's just a quick rapid-fire spec rundown between this one and the laser range version, because the two phones are basically the same. They have a massive 20,500 milliamp hour battery on both. They've got the same Dimensity 7300 5G processor, the same rugged waterproof drop-proof build, which we've loved in the Doogee phones for ages. They've both got a 200 megapixel main camera and night vision on a wide lens, and they've got the same 32 megapixel selfie camera, and they've both got the same big bright display. The only difference is the fact that the LR version gives you a 40-meter laser rangefinder, and this version, the Play version, swaps that for a built-in projector. So yes, I originally wanted the laser rangefinder because it's genuinely a practical tool for anchoring and surveying and real-world measuring, but the projector version that we received by mistake has turned out to be a happy accident, and it's absolutely earned its place on board. Big battery, rugged build, and features that actually make sense for off-grid living, just not quite the feature I was expecting at the time. As always, details are in the description for how to get either of these awesome phones, and thanks to our friends at Doogee for sponsoring the episode. Yes, there is a lot of snow up here. I have actually come up here for a reason. There's somewhere that I saw years ago, a long time ago. I saw somewhere, and I've been meaning to come up here to see if it's still there. I mean, it's bound to still be there. How can it not still be there? It's a thing, and I want to show it to you if I can find it, because it's kind of one of these places I visited, 40 years ago, maybe 35, yeah, a long time ago. Let's go and see if we can find it. It's just amazing up here. Look at this water wheel, old metal water wheel, now hidden away down here, if I remember rightly, is something that I want to see if it's still there, and you'll see what it is in a minute, because this is all teased. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. Look, it is still here. Hello, sheepies. That is a lot of poo. It is full of sheep poo, this old cottage. Bit of a hole in the roof there. Old skylight. This is a 5-star hotel for sheep, I think. Wow, what a place. So this has got a slate roof with lime torching on the inside of the slate, and lime paint on the beams, on the purlins, lime paint on the rafters, lime on the walls, so it's all lime mortar. Let's go through here. I mean, the amount of poo. This is a door, that's a door, and that's a door, and the poo makes it, so there's 4 feet of sheep poo here. It's very wet. There's another spline for an old water wheel again there, so this would have been a workshop, but because it's very wet, maybe we could call it wetter workshop. This is the kitchen, I guess. Wow. I think this is a great place to come and explore, despite the sheep poo. Come on. I think I might see if Melissa and the kids fancy coming for a walk here tomorrow. Look at that. There's big snow. Look at that. Another building here. Look at that. Gorgeous. Oh wow, that wall's about to collapse, isn't it? Well, it has collapsed. Look how much it's bowed in. Wow. Some big old trees here as well. Big old trees. This is Sheepy Hotel. Poo Hotel. Sheep Poo Hotel. Another barn here. Tree going through the wall. Good grief. Fabulous place. Whoa. Careful not to slip. Oh, that's a ping. My phone is pinging. That means Melissa is texting me and asking where I am. Going around there for dinner, I think. Maybe. There's a ping in my pocket, which means Melissa is texting me, asking how my day's going. Pretty darn good. Done some boat work. Been for a walk in the snow, in the hills. Seen a cool derelict cottage. I'll be coming back here again for sure. Be easier to walk up this stream bed. What do you reckon to that? That is very, very cool. Right, I'm going to head over to see Melissa and the kids, and then get back to do more boat work, I think. Flipping heck. You certainly get your cardio in. Living up here, my goodness. And it's remote and very rugged. You need to be resilient. Have you ever seen that channel, Myself Resilience? He's a formidable chap. That does appeal to me. Go out to Canada or Alaska and build a log cabin. But yeah, you'd need to be resilient to live in these conditions all the time, I think. We are sitting on a couch.
Which is novel.
Yes. I think we're going to take a bit of a break from YouTube. We're not stopping the channel. We're not disappearing. No. We love you all far too much.
Might not even be a break, just...
Yeah, it might not, yeah, we might not stop altogether, but we're, as I say, Melissa's incredibly busy with the kids, and I've got a couple of other jobs over winter. So we haven't, YouTube isn't making money at the moment at this time of year. So we're going to film as and when we can,
yeah,
and release episodes as and when we can. But we're not going away. We're not stopping the channel. We're just kind of backing off.
Yeah, having a bit of a January reset.
Yeah, January reset. And yeah, there's lots of exciting stuff that we've got planned for later on in the year, which you'll see coming up. I've got lots and lots of work to do on Ocean Melody to get, as always, to get her ready for her next big adventure, as I say. But what I don't want to do is kind of pick away at those jobs and release a video every week of me doing not very much. I'd rather get a whole bunch of stuff done, edit together an episode that actually means something, and then release it when I've had time to actually do it and film it and edit it.
Yeah, and as the weather improves, we'll be about doing more stuff on the boat.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you very much for sticking with us. Thank you for watching. Thank you to our patrons, as always, for supporting us. Thank you to Doogee for supporting the episode. And keep your eyes peeled on the Sailing Melody channel. Keep searching for us, because I'm not sure how well the notifications work. A lot of people have said, even though they're subscribers, Sometimes when we release an episode, you don't get the notifications. So just keep typing it in, Sailing Melody latest episode, and going to the channel and seeing if we've released anything. And we'll see you when we see you.
Yes. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.